Hi, my name is Jerry and I collect 1960s and 70s toys. Today I'm going to have a look at another Matchbox playset from the 1970s. Matchbox to me, back then, at least in Europe, were the kings of playsets. And whoever got one of these for Christmas or birthday must have been a very happy kid back then. I never got one, but now I have all of them actually. I've done a few before, the military ones, and the last one I did was actually on the container port, the civilian kind of themed. So this time I'm figuring we're going to have a look at this one, the railway goods yard, which is really, really neat. I'll have a look at the box art. I think it's, as always with Matchbox, it's just so fantastic, and it just brings out the imagination in me as an old guy. I can imagine how it would be to see this on the shelf in a toy shop back in the 70s. So look at the box art, have a look at all the parts inside, and then set it up and see how cool it looks. And then maybe figure out if this would have been a fun toy. But as far as me at least goes, I think all of these are always 10 out of 10. So we got the stats on that already, I guess. But anyways, let's just get started. So first, the box art looks really, really nice. I like it a lot. I say that every time. But this one is also a little bit different because it doesn't have that little divided thing here where you get like 2 or 3 different pictures of what's in the playset. It's just the playset and what's kind of in it, and a scene that you can kind of imagine doing with what's in it. Really nice. This is actually a bit, the perspective is a little bit closer than most of the other ones. And let's see on the side, again, as always in the 70s, one happy kid playing with this. It looks really cool though with the railroad track like that. And then you get one of these, like a little photograph here of a little scene. I really like those as well. On the side, there's just the same thing as on the box front. And then here, the cool thing with actually getting all the stuff that's in here. One of each of these, one of the little train shunters, 3 containers with this one, 6 of the cardboard ones. You get some road signs with this one and some other, you get the little bridge, the factory, same crane I think as in the container port. And this little contraption here, whatever that is, we're gonna have to see that. And there's a train crossing. Everybody likes a train crossing. And there's some stuff in here that I think actually some kind of material that might go in here and in this truck with the tipping thing. And then you have the railroad tracks, of course. Let's see what's inside. First, we get some instructions how to put this thing together and where to put the stickers on all the little parts. Nice. And then we'll do the playmat last. And this, my friends, is so minty fresh, I would say. I don't think this has ever been played with. Some of the rubber bands that held these together when you bought them are still on here. You know, they kind of melt into the plastic a little bit and get hard and falls apart. But yeah, this looks like it's brand spanking new. Maybe it's not though, because I think most of the stickers have been added to it. So at some point, at least someone put the stickers on everything. This is a cool warehouse. I like this one. There's so much stuff in this to play with. Like a little conveyor belt, and you got the cool Matchbox legendary forklift that I really, really like. And then you have, this is good. This is real solid plastic. I like that it's not like a vacuum form something. So this is going to hold up really well. Oh, this is cool. I like this. This is so many little things in this one. I'm not sure if I think this is actually more play in this one than the container play set. You got the big ass hauler vehicle. So I have to see, I wonder if there's more containers here I think than it's actually supposed to be in here. Because the box said 3 containers, but here under the train tracks there's like 1, 2, there's 6 of those, 1 orange, 1 red. So I think there's only supposed to be a red, blue, and an orange maybe, and this one. I'm not sure, but where's that little bag of oh, here it is. Is this just some like plastic granulate or something? Yeah, it is. So, okay, this is gonna be very interesting. So how cool, put that on the conveyor belt, get it on the truck, and then maybe get it from the truck. I'm not sure how you're supposed to play with it, but I'm gonna have to set this up now. and see how everything works. This is really neat. Let's have a look at the playmat real quick. Oh, so when I opened this up, there was like this rubbery things here that kind of got stuck a bit, and I figured someone put that on there just to keep the train tracks on. But it looks like it actually comes with these that you're supposed to put according to the instruction in certain places to keep things steady. Like you put the building here, so you actually have some of these little rubber tabs here to actually hold it in. Let's see how it works. Oh, that is so clever. So this doesn't move at all. You know, when you play with this and you drive the train, if it's not on there, you're gonna push it all the time. I like this one a little bit better than the container port, actually. I think the colors are a little bit more, vibrant. It's a little bit darker than the other one. Wow, this is cool, so cool. Let's set it up and see how it looks. I'm so excited. So how cool is this? What an awesome little playset. There's so much stuff going on all over this one. There's no really empty spots like on the container port playset. There's something happening all over this one. Really appreciate some of the details that I realized were in it when I was setting it up. There's few like really nice attention to details that they could have skipped just to cheap out. You know, one thing I really like is all the little road signs that came with it. This little level crossing that actually has the gates for it and the signal. And they're just, I mean, this one seems to be more focused around the gravel or dirt, whatever this coal, whatever this is, but they still included containers for it. So you actually have some extra play value with that. You can kind of change it up how you want to play with this one. There's two things to do on this playset actually. Really like this little bridge here as well. Just adds a different level to it since you have the crossing over here and over there you actually have a bridge with a tunnel, which is just really neat. I would have really liked it as a kid. I'm gonna go through all the little things on the set here and see how you use all the cool little features and see if they are any fun at all. So I figure we start with this little crane here on the side. It's the same crane actually that's in the container port. They did a little bit of a different on it here though, because on the container port, which was released in 76, this was released in 79. You see these little tabs here, actually slots for a little plastic insert that the wire connected to. So now they instead added a little winch on it here. And the cool thing, like again, attention to detail, those little plastic tab here actually make sure that it only goes one revolution, it can't go further. If you have the container on there with the weight, it's not going to pull it down more than, like I said, one revolution and then hold it there. So that's kind of a nice little attention to detail. And then the grabber thing, I don't know what this would be called in a professional railway goods yard language, but it's just a neat little thing. You know, it grabs the container like that, and then you just push it to expand it again, takes the container off. It's kind of neat. And as on the other one, you can pull the arm out a little bit if you want to reach something maybe on the inside of the tracks here. One thing I think they could have done different though is that this ramp should have been a little bit longer, flatter here, so you could actually put a truck on there and unload and load, because then you would actually get access to the outside world a little bit better, putting things in to the goods yard and then putting it in different spots inside, like the container storage. So yeah, that's kind of a missed opportunity. That would have been nice, but it still kind of works though. But of course, the centerpiece of this whole operation is this one, the conveyor belt, hopper, and whatever little office this is, and ramp. So you take the large truck with some of the coal pellets or whatever they are up here, and then you just dump it in there. You're really supposed to be able to rotate this knob here, but I think the conveyor belt, the rubber, has been, you know, become kind of soft over the years. This is, I mean, it's quite a few years old, so it's a little bit loose. It doesn't really work. But if you pull it up like this, then, oops, this is the thing with these. These are really hard plastic pellets. So anytime you drop them or something like that, they just scatter all over the place. But yeah, and then it just places them in either side of this hopper. Because that's the cool thing then, that you can actually load both onto track and road. So on this side, of course, you have the train. You just pull this little tab here to fill it up, and then you can just move on out. And of course, on the other side, you can load onto road. You have this little truck here with a little container on it. Again, pull the tab. Oops. this opening, I guess maybe I should have put it. Oops. This is kind of annoying as well, because the tabs on the back here of the lorry are kind of shallow, and both the containers and this one kind of easily comes off, but maybe I should have put it in this way instead to fill it up. So then you got everything going. Like I said, it kind of works, but yeah. So then you have everything ready to go outside the playset. As the thing with this one is, you can't use the train to go outside this playset, because either you're going up to the little shed up here, or you're going down to the crane here. But I figured maybe you could, if you wanted to, take this out, buy one of those, because Matchbox made just a train set like this with the tracks and a few trains. So you can actually extend this out, and maybe this could even go towards the container port if you wanted to. That kind of brings me on to this, the bridge tunnel thing. That doesn't have those little rubber tabs to keep it in place. There's not enough of them. There's only one left in the set, and there's no instructions that you're supposed to put them here. So when you're driving this, because of the steep incline, it kind of, it just moves around. And I think this would have pissed me off a little bit as a kid, when everything else is so cool and neat. But I probably would have just used some sticky tack to keep this one in place. Another thing that's kind of cool is that they added, you have two kind of themes to this one. You can either do it like the coal with the hopper and everything, or you can actually use this container storage area, kind of the same with the container port. And it kind of gives you, just like I said, two themes to play with, and expands, the playability of this playset. So I think that was a really, really nice addition to this. And of course, the crane over there on the left side is the crane for the containers. But one thing you can actually do, you can actually take this little dumpster thingy, whatever you would call it, and it actually fits the crane, the grabber for the crane like that. So you can put it in there and actually lift it up. So that's kind of also nice attention to detail, that one fits there as well. If you wanted to, have the truck come in, unload onto a train cart, and then take it out. On the right side here, though, I think the level crossing here is really neat. Just a little play feature, a little bit of action you can do, something to kind of do like a little scene or something that, when the train is approaching, you actually have to close this. And then the truck, of course, has to stop. I guess it's going ding, 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 ding or something. And then the train can pass. And it's just not a big thing, but these little things, attention to detail, just makes this a really, really nice playset with a lot of play value. And then all the way in the back here, of course, we have the little shed. Either it's like a warehouse, or it's something to just store the train engine and cars when not in use, like a train shed or something like that. Kind of neat. Doesn't really do much, but it's just a nice thing to have. And it's also a very nice toy just to use with your Matchbox toy cars and everything, like the little garages that Corgi had, the little yellow one Corgi and Husky had. So yeah, it's cool. It just fills up the background and gives it a little bit more depth. So what do you think? A great little playset, I think. Maybe I like it a little bit more than the container port. I like the two themes with the coal hopper and the container storage area. I like it that you actually get a train track with this one, not just printed on the board like on the container port. I like it that you kind of fill up the whole area. So you got the shed, you got the roundabout with the crossing, you got the crane over there, and you got the bridge with the tunnel over there. And then you got the center piece of pieces, the hopper and the container store. So it's a very balanced playset when you look at it, with a lot of play all over the place. The sad thing is, though, that this is the last one they did, 1979. There was no other playsets after this in this style and caliber of quality and fun. They of course did playsets later, but not the same thing as the 70s playsets. But I would really like to hear what you think. Comments, questions, put them down below. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. If this is the first video you watch on the playsets, go and watch the container port one on my channel page under the list, the playlists I have for different kind of Matchbox and Airfix playlists. You can find it there. And subscribe, because I'm doing a video on the Sea King Harbor playset, which might actually take the first prize as far as the 70s playsets from Matchbox. At least if you consider the more civilian theme, not the military theme ones. But I guess that's it for this video. Catch you guys in another one. Cheers.